Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced more than a year ago, and since then we've had no confirmation on any of the worlds that will be in this game, other than the reveal of the new original world of Quadratum, of course. But so far, no word yet on any of the Disney worlds that are set to appear. And let's be clear about something. Despite what some people may say, despite what some rumors claim, there will be Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts is a Disney franchise. It always has been, it always will be, and there will always be Disney worlds in this series. Anyone who says otherwise, frankly, has no idea what they're talking about. Kingdom Hearts is as much Disney as it is Square Enix, so let's put all of this talk about Disney being excluded from Kingdom Hearts far, far away and never speak of it again. Alright, with that issue settled, let's get into the main course of this video. Now, before I can give you my predictions for what worlds I think are going to appear in Kingdom Hearts 4, there are a couple of points I need to address, starting with Dream Drop Distance. We have seen Kingdom Hearts take the direction of quality over quantity when it comes to worlds, something which I can honestly really respect. Dream Drop Distance had only 7 worlds, but each world was very large and very expansive and highly detailed. This is a design philosophy that we would see carried over to Kingdom Hearts 3, where most of the worlds were much larger and far more detailed. For the most part, Twilight Town would beg to differ, but we're talking about Disney worlds here. Okay, yes, the 100 Acre Woods was more of an afterthought in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's the exception that proves the rule. Regardless, I expect that Kingdom Hearts 4 will continue this trend, probably not having any more worlds than what we got in Kingdom Hearts 3, but each world being very large and very rich with content. And honestly, I'm perfectly fine with that. On the low end, I expect that Kingdom Hearts 4 will have 8 worlds, 2 original and 6 Disney. At the most, I expect 10 worlds, 2 original and 8 Disney. And to make this list a little more fun, we'll say that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have 10 worlds in total. Now, the way I'm going to be structuring this list is pretty simple. To give us the best representation of Disney's IPs as they stand today, I'm going to be separating this list into 5 categories with 2 worlds per category. Those categories are as followed. Number 1, original worlds. Number 2, acquired franchise worlds. Number 3, modern era Disney worlds. Number 4, classic era Disney worlds. Number 5, Pixar worlds. So, now that we have our parameters set, let's blast off. Original worlds. This category is fairly easy to talk about. We know that Quadratum is going to be playable. We know that it will likely serve as the main hub world for this game, just as Traverse Town, Twilight Town, and Radiant Garden have in previous titles. It's going to be a central focus of the story and will likely be where we begin the game. But if there is going to be a starter world, there must also be a final world. No, not that final world, I mean a last world, the final dungeon of the game, if you will. A world where all the final boss fights are going to take place and the story reaches its climax, just like the end of the world, or the world that never was, or Keyblade Graveyard. But what can we expect from the last world of Kingdom Hearts 4? Honestly, given the direction the series is going with different realities, the blurring of reality and fiction, I want the last world of the game to be some trippy, psychedelic, metaphysical roller coaster of a setting. Maybe some kind of in-between world that exists in the void between the world of fiction and the original reality that Sora comes from. If Scala ad Caelum is a nexus from which all worlds spring, perhaps there is a nexus from which all realities spring, and its existence is almost too weird for our minds to comprehend. Something like that I think would be really cool for the last world in Kingdom Hearts 4. Acquired franchises. Okay, let's just address the 300-pound wampa in the room. Star Wars is likely going to make an appearance as a playable world in this game. 95% of the fanbase is convinced this forest area from the reveal trailer is the Forest Moon of Endor from Star Wars Episode 6, and we all are convinced that this is the foot of an AT-ST in the trailer. If that wasn't enough for you, remember that Tetsuya Nomura is a huge fan of Star Wars. A lot of the concepts in Kingdom Hearts Hearts are based on Star Wars. Terra's story in Birth by Sleep, for example, is basically Revenge of the Sith Redux. So of course Nomura would jump on the first chance he can get to bring one of his favorite film franchises into his video game universe. And may I say, I think the man made a fine choice choosing to base this world on the plot of episode 6, if indeed all of our speculations about the reveal trailer turn out to be true. The sequels are, let's be honest here, highly divisive, so it's great that he is avoiding those and instead Nomura is going to be focusing on the original trilogy. Episode 6 also concludes everything that the prior 5 movies were building up to the epic final battle between the Jedi and the Sith, the end of Palpatine. Well, at least for 30 years anyways, but you know, fuck that movie. But as the culmination of George Lucas's story, Episode 6 seems like the perfect movie to adapt. We'll likely visit all the iconic locations from the movie, Tatooine, Endor, the second Death Star, but I'm also kind of crossing my fingers that the storyline revisits from Kingdom Hearts 2 will make a return, and maybe we get an original post-Return of the Jedi story on a second visit or something that allows us to visit other iconic locations from the franchise like Coruscant or Naboo. Bosses in this world would include the Rancor in Jabba's palace, Boba Fett with the Sarlacc pit acting as an environmental hazard similar to the Kraken in the Davy Jones boss fight from Kingdom Hearts 3. Darth Vader, obviously, and of course Darth Sidious himself. Party members would include Luke Skywalker, of course, but I hope we get to team up with Vader as well in a final showdown with Palpatine on the Death Star. That would be pretty freaking cool. Star Wars is my favorite film franchise of all time, and to see it meet Kingdom Hearts, my favorite video game franchise of all time, how can I not be excited? So that brings us to acquired franchise number 2, Marvel. Technically, Marvel has already appeared in Kingdom Hearts, as Big Hero 6 is actually a Marvel IP, but of course in this video we're talking about the MCU. I thought about for a while now which movie from the MCU I think would best fit into the Kingdom Hearts universe. The obvious choice is to adapt one of the Avenger movies, but honestly, I think there is a better option. I think if Kingdom Hearts 4 brings the Marvel universe into the game, it should follow an original storyline. You can still have the likenesses of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or Chris Evans' Captain America, for example, but let Kingdom Hearts do its own original thing and not try to adapt the MCU's very complex and intricate web of a story. If we're being honest, when Kingdom Hearts is original is usually when the franchise is at its best. There is a reason why Monstropolis was praised so highly when it had a completely original post-movie plot, but something like Arendelle, which adapted the Frozen movie too well, was not. I think if there was ever a world that should be given an original storyline in Kingdom Hearts, it's an MCU world. Maybe bring in a villain from the comics that the MCU hasn't used yet that would fit well in a video game but not so much in a movie. Or have a team of villains, I don't know, go crazy, be original, have fun with this setting. For party members, maybe we don't have a set predetermined party, but rather we just ally with certain heroes throughout certain parts of the story in this world. And I know it seems like I'm not really giving any solid details on what I would want from an MCU world, but that's because honestly, I kind of want Nomura to just surprise me with this particular world. Put something out there from his creative mind that puts his own unique spin on Marvel and makes it something truly unique and special. Something that I would never see coming. Modern Disney worlds. Alright, let's address the 800-pound crab in the room. Moana. I have never seen a world more requested by the Kingdom Hearts fan base in all the time that I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan. And I've been playing these games since 2002 when the first one came out. I'm a veteran at this series, baby. This was probably the most requested world for Kingdom Hearts 3, even though I personally was not expecting it to make it into the game because the movie did release so late into the development of Kingdom Hearts 3. But at this point, there is absolutely no reason at all why this movie couldn't finally appear in Kingdom Hearts 4. One of the issues with trying to pick a modern Disney film, and by modern I mean a Disney film that is neither Pixar nor an acquired IP and that has released in the last 10 to 15 years or so. And one of the problems with that is that a lot of Disney's newer stuff honestly is not very good. Hell, even Pixar has had some recent stinkers. Moana, however, is thankfully not one of those disappointing films. I didn't see this movie when it released in theaters, but I only watched it after everyone else was giving it such high praise, and when I saw YouTubers like HMK really pushing for this movie to make it into Kingdom Hearts, I was like, alright, let's see what all the buzz is about, and holy crap, this movie is really, really good, and I can see why so many people want it in the franchise. Given how wonderfully designed the setting of the Caribbean was in Kingdom Hearts 3, Square Enix has proved that they can design ocean and island-themed worlds to be pretty damn epic. I could easily see that success translating well into a Moana world. Party members would be Moana herself, as well as Maui. Boss fights would include Tamatoa and Taka, and good God, that would be an epic fight. So yeah, I'm jumping on the bandwagon with everyone else. I want a Moana world in Kingdom Hearts 4. You may have noticed that I haven't included any returning worlds from previous Kingdom Hearts games so far, and that's because I don't really expect us to be returning to any worlds this time around. Yes, I know that we have the Underworld in the reveal trailer, but I feel that that's only going to be included in cutscenes, and we're not going to be visiting Olympus Coliseum again. And to be fair, I just lied to you, because there is one world from a previous game I feel has to make a return in Kingdom Hearts 4, and that is the world of Wreck-It Ralph. It is a damn shame that this world got regulated to a smartphone game and Ralph himself only appeared as a summon in Kingdom Hearts 3. However, I think that Kingdom Hearts 4 is the time to properly bring Ralph into the franchise. Remember in the phone game, Ralph's world was used as a catalyst to set up the whole datascape of Daybreak Town and trapping some of the primordial darknesses via the sacrifice of the player. Look, we all know that these true darknesses won't stay trapped forever, and Sora may just accidentally free them if he visits the Wreck-It Ralph world for himself in Kingdom Hearts 4, a situation which could put him into conflict with the Master of Masters and his attempts to destroy the darkness. Plus, I have this theory about there being a deeper connection between Sora and Ralph, and I won't get too much into that here, but isn't it strange how all of the other links in Kingdom Hearts 3 derived from a connection Sora shared with a character that he's met on a previous journey, yet we know that Sora has never forged a connection with Ralph? Well, at least not in this lifetime. But that's a subject for another video. Wreck-It Ralph is a world I'm almost as sure will be in Kingdom Hearts 4 as I am of there being a Star Wars world in the game. Also, Vanellope as one of the new Princesses of Heart? Yes, please. Classic Disney worlds. So when I say classic, I mean any Disney world that is more than a decade old and usually uses 2D traditional animation, and I'm going to keep this segment of the video very short and sweet. There are only 2 movies in this category that I want more than any other films in Disney's library. Sure, I hope that one day we get a Black Cauldron world, a Robin Hood world, a Rescuers Down Under world, Great Mouse Detective, Pocahontas, The Jungle Book, Emperor's New Groove. There are a lot of worlds that I want to see in Kingdom Hearts, but none of them even come close to the 2 I'm going to name on this list. Treasure Planet and Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Good lord, are these 2 films so criminally underrated. Look, these films were not successful at the box office when they were initially released, but in the years that have passed, they have grown such a massive cult following, and like with Moana, are some of the top most desired worlds to get into the Kingdom Hearts franchise by the fan base. And the thing is, we almost got a Treasure Planet world before. Files were found in Dream Drop Distance for an unfinished pirate ship model, and the files were named TP. Treasure Planet? That is so frustrating to be so close, yet so far, to one of my favorite Disney films making it into the franchise. Also, you can't tell me that the treasure spheres from Kingdom Hearts 3 don't take inspiration from Treasure Planet. Both of these worlds are visually stunning. Imagine solar sailing in Treasure Planet. Imagine exploring the underwater civilization of Atlantis. No, not Atlantica. Atlantis. And the boss fights, Long John Silver, the Leviathan? Yes please. Look, am I getting my hopes up too high for these two underappreciated gems to make it into Kingdom Hearts 4? Maybe, but given some of the interactions that I know Kingdom Hearts content creators have had with Square Enix employees, these developers do pay more attention to social media and the fandom than you might think. And maybe, just maybe, our cries for Treasure Planet and Atlantis have reached the ears of Tetsuya Nomura. After all, don't just assume your dreams are just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. Pixar Worlds. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the first time that Pixar-based worlds finally made an appearance in the franchise, with Toy Story and Monsters, Inc., as well as Remy appearing as a character in Twilight Town. With all the past legal issues that prevented Pixar from appearing for so long in these games having finally been settled, there is no reason not to expect more Pixar Worlds in the future. So what Pixar Worlds could be next? Well, there are two in particular that I have in mind, and both are connected via a common theme between them, that being the theme of death and the afterlife. The Pixar films I'm referring to are none other than Coco and Soul. Starting from the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and continuing into Kingdom Hearts 4, the story has shifted to focusing more on the concepts of life, death, and the afterlife. We know that for Sora and Strelitzia, Quadratum acts as a sort of afterlife, and if we are going to explore these concepts of life and afterlife, I can think of no two films better than Coco and Soul. Speaking of the Soul, we did get a reference to it in the Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal trailer, which suggests that it may play a bigger role in future games. Before, the Soul was simply the animating principle of life, but now with Kingdom Hearts 4's reveal trailer suggesting that it is the housing place of the heart, it may be time for us to get more information on this mysterious element of life. Personally, I believe that Coco and Soul could be the first and last Disney worlds that Sora visits in the game respectively. Based on what the events of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road showed us about the ability for the living to commune with the spirits of the dead in the domain of Hades, it may very well be the case that the reason that Donald and Goofy are exploring the underworld in Kingdom Hearts 4's reveal trailer was to communicate with Sora, perhaps believing he may very well be among the dead. I suspect that the different realms of the afterlife in Kingdom Hearts may all be connected to the final world, and as we saw in Melody of Memory, the final world is a place tied to both reality and unreality, as people from both sides can end up there, as seen with Sora and the Nameless Star. Perhaps Donald and Goofy enter the final world via the underworld, and then from the final world end up in an afterlife realm on the side of unreality, the land of the dead from Coco. As such, this may end up being the first Disney World Sora visits, and maybe it's how he comes to reunite with Donald and Goofy so that they can team up for another adventure in Kingdom Hearts 4. As for Soul, I think it may very well be the final Disney World of the game. Sora could end up in another near-death situation akin to what happened to him in Kingdom Hearts 3, but instead of going directly to the final world, he ends up in the Great Before and the Great Beyond. From here, he has to come to terms with the true nature of life, death, and rebirth, and what it means to be alive. The world of Soul would give us a fantastical astral plane that would be stunning for Sora to explore before he ultimately returns to life for the final showdown of Kingdom Hearts 4. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my predictions for the worlds of Kingdom Hearts 4, and my reasoning for each one of them. So let's go through them one more time, shall we? Number 1, Quadratum, which has been confirmed. Number 2, Star Wars. Number 3, Marvel. Number 4, Moana. Number 5, Wreck-It Ralph. Number 6, Treasure Planet. Number 7, Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Number 8, Coco. Number 9, Soul. And number 10, a very, very trippy Last World. But I'm interested to hear your take on this list, and of course give me your list of worlds that you think will be in Kingdom Hearts 4 down in the comments below. Whatever worlds do make it into the game, I cannot wait to play Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm so excited for this game, and I think the future of this franchise looks very, very bright. I think we have many more games to come, so whether the worlds that I want or you want make it into this particular game, I'm sure we'll be seeing all of them in a future Kingdom Hearts title eventually. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to tell me your thoughts on this topic down below. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button, click the bell, and be sure to subscribe and share the content so more people can enjoy it as well. If you want early access to videos like this, consider becoming a patron on Patreon for only $3 a month. I've started to see some promising signs of growth from this channel, and I would love to make videos for you guys full time, so Patreon will definitely help. And if you're feeling extra generous, I have a PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. The information for all of this is in the description box down below. Also, I have other channels such as my gaming channel, so if you're into that, check them out. Again, thanks for watching, and this is JeskerJames signing out.